Hey warrior, I'm so glad to see you here. We are going to do a goal setting session for the 8-week Wake Up Your Warrior challenge. What do you need for today's session? Well, first and foremost, a fun drink. This is a non-alcoholic drink. I wanted to drink like a cocktail while we did this. It's about 6 o'clock at night, and I thought, what a great way to have something refreshing. So this is obviously the most important piece of tonight's session, but this is kombucha mixed with seltzer, and then I just added some blueberries because things floating around in my drink make me feel happy. I have some water next to me because we're probably going to be here for a solid half hour to 45 minutes. So get comfy, grab your planner. If you bought the planner, have it delivered to you, go grab that out. If you haven't gotten yours yet, don't worry because you can actually do this without your planner, and then when you get it in, you can fill in the week and month stuff. The most important thing is you do need just a piece of paper. This is my old planner. I didn't want to waste paper, so I just opened a blank note section of that. And I wanted like a rough draft section to kind of just like scribble down my thoughts, something that I could cross things out, that I can write like a mess. I see, all of these catered, curated, beautiful vision boards, goal setting sessions from these YouTubers, and they have edited it and they have like pre-done it. And it looks so pretty, and literally, like, mine never looks like that. And then I just feel like I need to keep doing it and rewriting it until it looks beautiful and pristine and colorful and things are highlighted. And honestly, I think we get it into our head and all of a sudden it becomes like a procrastination tactic. Do you know what I mean? Like, we get more obsessed about making the goals look nice in the way we wrote it and designed it and laid it out and drew like little plants around everything and connected the dots on our bullet journal. And meanwhile, none of those goals actually ever get executed or get done. So that's not me. I am not an artist. I'm not going to pretend to be, and I don't want to waste my time anymore bullshitting around my goals. If it looks like a mess, that's okay, because you know what? I understand my mess. So this is my mess. I did it before so that I could walk you through it. And so grab that piece of paper, grab a pen, and we're going to start there. Then once you have decided what is going to look good for this goal setting session, we have our monthly goals, we have our weekly goals, and we have our daily goals all broken down. Then we're going to write them in our planner. So at least it's somewhat clear and you don't have all the scribbles and the crossouts in your planner that you're going to be going to every single day. So we'll help keep it neat in that respect. But I like to do a brain dump at the beginning of this, so we know brain dumps are meant to look like dumpsters. So exactly. All right, so you have your pen, you have your notes. If you did the vision board exercise that I just recommended you guys do, you could grab your vision board, you could pull that up on your computer so you have it top of mind just to like refresh your memory of some of those things. But if you didn't do it or you don't have it access to it, don't worry, because I'm going to take you through a shortened version of this to just get like the ideas flowing, just to get the visions going, just to get you excited and seeing the things that are important to you that then maybe we can shape and mold into the goals that we're going to work towards over the next 3 months. And now listen, I know this is a 8-week challenge, but we are going to do a goal setting method out of the book, The 12-Week Year. It's a book, honestly, I haven't read it, but I have heard, I haven't read it, but I have listened to a bunch of interviews and I have done the process a few times over. So I understand like the gist of it, the system of it, and how to continue it. So I did the Cliff Notes version of the 12-Week Year. But if you want to read the book, it was published in 2013. The authors are Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. It's called the 12-week year. And basically the idea is to not set your goals in a 12-month, year-long process, but instead chunk the year down into 12 weeks at a time. So we are only going to look, once we brainstorm and get all our visions out, we're only going to pick goals that we want to work towards and on for a 12-week period. So a 3-month period. The exact date would be like March 31st. So the end of March. So all of January, all of February, and all of March. So this 8-week challenge, the Wake Up Your Warrior challenge, is going to be inside of that. But I want this to continue on, whether you choose to continue to work out with us and work with us or not, that you still have this thing to keep you in momentum. I love challenges because it does, like, once you have that fire lit, it does allow you to create that momentum at the beginning, but I don't want you to finish and then have nowhere to go. So I thought that this would be a fantastic way to incorporate that. Also, it is my favorite way and the way that has worked for me to set goals, chunk them down into bite-sized pieces, and actually make them happen. Sorry, my teeth whistled. So I am so excited to introduce you to this process. I think we should just jump right in because we got a lot of work to do. So get your drink. Just so you know, you can pause me at any time if you need some more time to like write or to brainstorm. And then, just press play and then we can continue together. So I don't want to have this be like an hour and 57,000 minute long thing, but please take the time you need and don't let me rush you just because I want to keep the video somewhat short so it actually uploads to YouTube, because if it's too big, it just takes forever. All right, that being said, so the first thing we're going to do is visualize. We're gonna just brainstorm dreams, visions, big picture things. Now, take off the 12-week idea, right? Take off the 12-week limit. Take off the 1-year limit. I want you to go crazy. Limits off, no holds barred, no inhibitions, no limiting beliefs saying, I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't even know if I believe that I can make that happen. We are going to write visions and have you just go crazy, like Walt Disney style dreams, okay? And we're going to do a brain dump together. I am going to lead you through it, but really I want you guys to literally take your pen and write out in a messy mess, like I did here, all in here, whatever comes to your mind. Turn off the editing mode in your brain that says, I don't, all of the limits. I don't know I don't know hows, the I can'ts, the I think that's unrealistic, the that's crazy. Just put that mode, just like turn that off. Just switch that mode off in your brain. And look at me, I'm unprepared. I don't know where my pen is. So we are going to do this brainstorm now. So grab your pen, grab a blank piece of paper, and we're just gonna go crazy. So these are the categories that we're gonna just kind of help you to get your mind flowing. I'll put them up on the screen so they're just here and you can have them fresh at the top of your mind as we're going through this over the next few minutes. So we got health and fitness as a visualization. So remember, dreams, visualizations, stuff that I always forget to turn the airplane mode off. Sorry. Big picture visualizations, right? Like dreams of yours. So in the health and fitness department, this could be the mental health corner. This can be how you want to feel every day, what your energy level is like, what your go into gut health, go into just like how your body recovers. You can go into sleep quality here. You can go into just your immune system care, the things that you can do to take care of your immune system here. Have like an extraordinarily, robust immune system. You can put like a crazy weightlifting goal here. So like, I want to be able to lift this much weight over my head or squat this much weight. You can do like, if you ever had this like inkling, maybe I want to run a marathon. That's crazy. Put it down. I have had this desire, this wild and crazy desire, again, if it's wild and crazy, put it down, of doing a ultra endurance marathon. Have I ever run a marathon before? No. Have I ever run a half marathon before? No. Do I like to run? No. But there's something about these documentaries I watch of people, they're kind of walking or hiking because it's like 50 to 100 miles long over the course of a few days, but they're in these amazing parts of the world, like out west, with beautiful scenery in these mountains, and it just looks incredible to challenge yourself in that way. And so I put it down. Does it scare the crap out of me? Absolutely. But I put it down. So that's how we're rolling with this. Other examples, I put a cycling trip through Europe. I don't know when we're going to travel again, but no limits, you guys. No limits. Second, intellectual life. So the things that you learn, the skills that you have, the amount of books that you read, a new seminar that you want to attend, a new certification that you want to get, going back to school for something, getting your master's, getting your doctorate. Go big dreams, you guys. Big, crazy, hairy, scary dreams. Doesn't have to be in this 12-week period. Doesn't have to even be in this 12-month period. Life dreams that you have, that you gives you that desire, that fiery desire inside. Could be you want to learn to keep plants alive. That's one of my goals. Learn to compost. Like, it can be things that you have never endeavored in before, and you don't know where to begin, but they are a desire of yours, okay? So they can be in that realm as well. Emotional life. Where would you like your energy and happiness levels to be on a daily basis? Do you want to wake up feeling energized and looking forward and excited about your day? If that feels like a big vision for you, put it down. How would you like to feel throughout your day, including that afternoon where you feel a little like energy slump? What about in the evening? What about just in the way that you process emotion? Do you allow yourself to process emotion? Is it something that you would like to do in a healthy way? You can write therapy under this goal, or any sort of method of therapeutic work. You can put that under this goal as well. Character. What are the values that you embody, that you stand for, that you act on? What values do you want to bring into your work, into your family life, into your marriage, into the relationships that you have with your friends, your kids? Boundaries. What level of integrity would you like to operate at? Saying what you're, keeping integrity with your word, doing what you say you're going to do, following through on the things that you say. This is a huge one. Everything that we do inside of this program, anything that you do in terms of setting a goal for yourself and challenging yourself to step outside of what's easy, what you've been doing, takes integrity, because you're going to have to keep your word to yourself when you say you're going to do something, and then show up for it, no matter the cost, no matter like what unexpected, unknown things may or may not happen. We need to create that habit. Number 5 is spiritual life. So personal spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, developing some sort of faith or religious practice, just in general, connecting, communing with nature, with the universe, meditating. My meditation goal I put under spiritual life. Love and relationships. So what kind of person do you want to be in relationship? How do you want your relationship to feel every day? How do you want to, like, what is the dream that you have for the relationship, whether it exists or it's something that is to come in the future? How do you want to envision that? Like, let your dream kind of go wild in that. Where do you want to enjoy each other's company? What do you do together? How do you work as a team? How do you dive into conflict together? All of those things. You can go into detail. Again, pause me at any time. Number 7 is parenting vision. So how do you want to be in terms of a parent to your children? What are the values you want to instill in them? How do you want your relationship to be with that child, with your kids? So again, big vision, the things that you like light your heart on fire, that make you feel emotion, make you feel excited or moved or grateful, or these are the visions. Go there. Allow yourself to go there. It takes some practice to allow yourself to dream as an adult, but keep going. Like keep trying for it, okay? Number 8 is social life. So again, not with the limits of the world right now, but despite the limits and with the hope that we can enjoy each other socially again after, in a safe way, after all of this has passed. What type of friendships would you like to establish? What kind of friend do you want to be? And does the conditioning of the world right now actually influence the type of friend you want to be? Are you letting it? What kind of friend, what type of activities do you want to do? What kind of social engagement do you want to have with your people? What type of friends do you want them to be? Friends that continue to level you up, that bring out the best in you, that challenge you to do things, that excite you, that fill you with, I don't know, adventure in life? Do you want to be the friend that inspires and instills that in others? Write it out, brain dump it, no limits. We have 3 more. 9 is finances. So how much money would you like to make? How much money do you want to envision having in your bank account, in your investments? Do you envision yourself investing and having a certain amount that is growing in your retirement? Do you want to invest in stocks? Is that something you already do? Do you want to start? Do you want to begin? How much money do you want to see flowing to you on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, income-wise? Again, the how, the realisticness of this, I want you to throw it out the window. I know that sounds kind of crazy because money is like, could be this very like concept that just feels very far away. Like, we could write down, okay, I'm going to make $10 million. And we think like, haha, that's crazy. Like how do I even begin? Doesn't matter. Just write it down. How much money would you like to get into real estate? Would you like to get into other types of investing? Like, write it down. No holds barred. Number 10 is our career. So different from finances, this is the work that you do on a regular basis. What position would you envision yourself having? How do you want your work to make you feel? How do you want your work to impact the world? What type of projects do you want to work on every day? In your ideal dream work, where are you? What does your office look like? Are you working from home? Are you working in the same place you're working now? What types of people are in that environment? Are you choosing them? Are they uplifting? Are they inspiring? Are they collaborative? Like, write it down, that ideal dream career. And you may not know what it is or like what industry it is, but that's okay because you can still write down how you want that arena, what you are doing in terms of how that work is making you feel and what you're surrounded by and how that culture is. You can still write that. It does not matter if you don't know the industry or the exact job, but how do you want that work to feel every day? Number 11 is just quality of life. So I like to look at quality of life as how I am spending my time, like how I am choosing to spend my time. What are the essential pieces that are important to me? So where I live, where, like, if I'm able to get outside in nature easily, or, if I'm in a city hustling and bustling, where I like to stay away from the material things here because there's kind of, it changes. They're not necessarily the most fulfilling things, but maybe it is for you. So I don't want to discount it or not mention it. But how often, like, do you go on vacation? Where do you go on vacation? Are you able to take your friends and family with you on vacation? What does the quality of your daily life look like? How present are you in your moments? Where do you get your joy from outside of work, outside of your family? What is the quality of your life? And the last one is just kind of like overall life vision. So what do you see as this is a big one and may feel hard to answer, and you don't have to come up with all the answers to all of these. But again, just try and let yourself go there. So what do you see as your grand contribution to yourself, to your family, to your community, to the world? Do you see yourself leaving some sort of positive impact, even on each individual or one individual that you encounter on a regular basis? One of my greatest friends since the day that I think first met him, his intention is whoever he meets, he impacts them, positively impacts them or inspires them in some way, no matter who it is. So this could be just like the stranger on the street, or the same coworker he talks to every single day, but his intention is to touch and inspire that person to go and like do something better for themselves, or to contribute in a way that helps their life kind of elevate. So I thought that was incredible. And that could be literally like the intention you have for your life. Every single person I encounter, I show them kindness. I think of ways to be generous, even if it's not with my finances, to every single person that I meet. I don't know, just things like that, trying to give you examples to think outside the box. Okay. So finish up your writing. Again, you can pause me at any time. I'm going to take a sip because, woo, Mom's been talking a lot. So good. So good. Okay. So now that we have this crazy brain dump of all of these things, we are going to narrow and create goals. 3 goals from these crazy big, hairy, scary dreams. So the first thing I want to mention about our goals is we don't set goals because, okay, this is what I wanted to say. Sometimes we set goals and then rebel against them. Sometimes we set goals and then totally self-sabotage. Sometimes we are even reluctant or resistant to setting goals in the first place because of how we have behaved in the past with our goals. Like if we have set out, we're going to do something, and then we just see ourselves not trying, all of a sudden we feel overwhelmed, all of a sudden it feels like too much, and we are not keeping to our word, and then we just stop, right? We get in momentum, we're fired up, and we take on too much at the beginning, and then we sort of just lose steam, we lose momentum, we can't keep up with it, and we stop. If you're someone who has set goals in the past and you feel this immense fear of failure, like what if I don't hit it? Like I can't even get my brain to get to naming a goal because right now I am blocked. I am blocked because I have this fear of what if I don't hit it, and then that's another failure, and I just like cannot comprehend another failure. Another thing that I set out to do and didn't happen in my life. I have done that over and over again, time and time again, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I get that. Others, we may be reluctant or resistant to goal setting because we have a fear of succeeding, which sounds so crazy and so weird, but I have that fear. I have a fear of failure and the fear of success. What? Both. And that fear of success could be like this idea that, well, what if I hit it and then I can't maintain it? You know, what if I can't keep it once I've reached it? What if I do the thing and like that amazing outcome happens and then that's it. That's all. I fizzle. Like I can't top it. Another reason could be you actually do not believe that you can have it, that you're worthy of it. You don't believe that it's possible for you. You don't believe that it's something that could ever or would ever, or that you have the power to make happen for you. Now, this is one that runs deep, right? So the belief thing we're going to work on, but we have to work on it little bits at a time, which is also a way that this system is going to help us do that. But my words of encouragement for you are this. We're going to set a goal, and then we're totally going to forget about it. What? We're going to set actually 3 goals for the 12 weeks, and we're going to have them. But the actual outcome, the thing that we say would make or break the goal, like we hit it or we didn't hit it. So for instance, I work out 7 days a week is my goal. And, or let's just say, yeah, let's just use that example. So I work out 7 days a week. And that outcome of completing the 7 days a week, all of a sudden you're like, well, what if this happens? Or what if I can't do it? Or what if I miss a day? Or what if this gets in the way? We are going to set that 7-day-a-week movement goal, and then we're literally going to forget about it. We're going to, it's going to be there, it's going to be written down, but it's not the thing that is going to make you successful at this. We're not. We're going to change our focus. What we're going to focus on is not on the outcome, but on our behaviors. Because honestly, we have really no control over that outcome. Like one of my goals that I'm going to share as we go through this is to get 10 new warrior clients enrolled a month. Oh no, period. For the 3 months, right? For my 12-week goal to get 10 warrior evolution clients enrolled in the program. I have no control over that number, really. Like if I say I'm going to get 10, I could sit here and I could plan for it and I could strategize for it and I could will it and wish it. But ultimately, I don't know if it's going to happen. I surely believe that it's possible, but I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's going to actually happen. And I can set that goal and let it go and be okay with that, because what I care about is my behaviors that are aligned with that goal. Because whether I hit that goal or not at the end of the 12 weeks does not matter to me, because I am going to be so intentional and focused on my day-to-day behaviors, on my week behaviors that I have intentionally created and designed and written down and obviously acted upon. Being consistent in my actions is going to get me either way freaking close to that 10 member enrollment, or hit it or beyond. And that I am certain of. And what I count as success is me showing up for my behaviors, me showing up for myself, saying what I'm going to do and following through on it. That to me is success. Me being present and giving 100% of my effort, even if my effort that day feels like a 1%, right? Even if I'm like, I'm exhausted, this is what I can do today and this is what I'm going to do, but like it feels like a 1% effort, but that is literally my 100 effort for that day. And the next day, you know, I'm feeling great, I am energized, I got a great night's sleep, I had a great workout, and my effort is still 100%, but I'm just able to like rock it a little bit more that day. So that is how we are looking at this. So we're going to write those goals. They're actually called outcome goals. We're going to write 3 of those outcome goals, and then we're going to forget about it. And we are going to focus on what we call our behavior goals. And showing up for our behavior goals is what is going to push and pull us through this day by day by day. Are you with me? Great. I heard a resounding no. You will be by the end of this. All right. So, what we're focusing on is keeping attention on how regularly we follow through on our behaviors and believing that results will follow. All right. So, let go of all our fear of failures. We're going to focus on the things that we can control, which is our behaviors, our habits. Love that word. Okay. So I just want to make sure I read all my notes on that. Set it and let go of attachment to the outcome. Yes. Focus on your behaviors and what you can control. Trust the process. That was my last one. Trust the process, the messy, imperfect, all over the place process. Trust it and keep showing up. All right, let's do this. I am ready to rock and roll. Okay, so what we're going to do is pick 3 things that we are going to set as goals for the next 3 months. So I want you to look at your crazy brain dump of ideas, or you can look at your vision board, and we're going to formulate these wild and crazy ideas into 3 outcomes, 3 strong outcome goals. Now these goals, so just to clarify, there is a difference between a goal and a vision, or a goal and a dream. The dream is hairy, crazy, wild, don't know how to do it, never did it before, feels nuts, feels impossible. Okay? That's the big one. The goal is actually small. The goal still might feel like, well, that's a big goal, but we are going to break it down so that we have even smaller goals. So we'll say these 3 outcome goals are going to stretch you. Okay. They are a piece of that vision. They are possibly a mile marker on the way to making that vision a reality. Okay. So you can pick 3 personal goals here. You can pick 3 business goals here. You can pick 3 health goals here. You can pick, let's go with the categories that we just use to set our vision to kind of help categorize these 3 goals. So, and the other recommendation I like to make for these 3 stretch goals, we'll call them 3 stretch outcome goals from our bigger vision, that we're going to declare is going to happen by March 31st. So 12 weeks, right? And then we're going to let that go, but we're going to declare it. It's kind of weird, I know, but just roll with it. So we're going to pick something that kind of raises your level most, like it has the biggest impact overall. So this can be the hardest part, actually, like picking my 3 goals. All of a sudden, things got real. I was like, holy crap. Well, if I'm only allowed to pick 3, that means that I'm not going to focus on this thing, or I'm not going to focus on that thing. I'm literally just picking 3 focuses. And that freaked me out because I am a person who likes to focus on a lot of things. I'm a person who likes to have a lot of goals. But when I have a lot of goals, I don't give my all to them. I give mediocre effort because all of my effort is like dispersed over a ton of things. Some people even pick 1 goal for this, which I totally advise. You do what's best for you. So you can, let's just say you pick between 1 and 3 goals. No more, obviously no less. So I advise you to just kind of like sit about it and think about it for a bit and start to prioritize some of those visions that you wrote down for yourself. Is it more important for you over the next 12 weeks to focus on your health? Obviously, we're doing a workout program, so that might be a resounding yes, but maybe that's more important for you right now than it is focusing on, going out and dating and finding a relationship. Maybe that's going to take priority over the next 3 months. Maybe, let's see, maybe you learning a new skill over the next 3 months isn't so much a priority for you. So that's going to take a back burner. But maybe you realized over the quarantine and over the last year that you do need quality social interaction. And so having some sort of regular social connection is something that you are going to focus on this month. Maybe career is what is one of those priority outcome goals for you. So maybe it's finances. Maybe it is getting your own business up and running. Maybe it is diving into a hobby. Maybe it is fulfilling yourself through your quality of work and how that looks every day. For me, so as you're thinking about this, I'm just going to continue talking. You can obviously pause me at any moment. Please do. So for me, I ended up, and this was actually a big shift for me because I ended up picking one business goal and two kind of personal goals. In the past, I would have put all business goals for this and then been like, I'll just squeeze in my personal goals. Like, I'm going to cheat. And she says I can only pick 3, but I'm going to pick 3 business goals. And then I'm going to have my personal goals like extra, like on the side. I'm not going to tell her. But I know from experience that giving more of my quality attention to the things that I'm doing versus spreading my attention out over a lot of things does not work for me. I burn out. I get uninterested. I start to self-sabotage. Shit hits the fan. Just does not work. So I have to accept that and trust the process. Trust that, in the next 12 weeks, I have gotten very close, if not beyond, the things that I have set. And then I set a new set of 3 process goals. All right. Sorry, I'm throwing around a lot of jargon and I'm even confusing myself. So my goal number 1 is to meditate for 45 minutes a day. Now, all right, I'll read them all to you. My goal number 2 is 10 new Warrior Evolution clients are enrolled. And goal number 3 is I deepen my connections and my relationships. So as we write these goals, keep in mind you want them to be in the present tense and positive. So positive present tense, meaning if you wrote something like, I heard a sound. I think we're okay. It sounded like someone talking, but I think it was Knox sighing. All right. So if you're in the habit of saying, I don't want to watch TV anymore, or I don't want to give up on myself, or I want to weigh less. Those are actually negative goals because they're saying what we don't want to do. So reframe that goal into a positive and then present tense, like as if it's already happened, or you can like claim it. I meditate for 45 minutes a day. Do I do that? No, but I'm saying that in that way because owning that, feeling what it feels like to even say, I meditate for 45 minutes a day. Like, ha! Oh my God, that's amazing. So work on reframing it. Positive, present tense. Let's see, what else? Fantastic. Okay. So however these 3 goals look for you, make them as specific and measurable as possible. This is where we break out like the time. This is where we break out the specificity that we can measure it, right? So even I can improve some of these. I meditate for 45 minutes every day. So that's pretty specific. It's measurable. It's attainable, like that whole SMART goal thing. You can apply that to this. But still, meditating for 45 minutes a day, that's a huge stretch, especially from someone who up until about 2 weeks ago meditated for 0 minutes a day. So I will show you in a second how we will chunk that down into doable behaviors. Because right now, I might meditate for 45 minutes a day at the end of this, but what I can control are my behaviors to give myself the best possible shot of that coming to fruition. My second goal of 10 new warrior evolution clients are enrolled by the end of the 12 weeks. That's pretty specific and measurable as well, but that feels like a huge stretch as well. That's definitely a stretchy goal. That feels like, wow, I'm gonna have to change some stuff in my day, in my actions, in my strategy to make that come to fruition. So that's kind of like, you want to feel that level up feeling, like I'm gonna have to step up my game in some way or another to make this happen. And my third goal, I can actually measure that a little bit more. So I wrote deepen my connections and my relationships. So, I'm going to have to reframe that to make it a little bit more measurable. It's a little bit general right now, and I want it to be something that I can measure. So maybe what I'll do is, oh, it is Knox. He's snoring. Maybe are you okay over there? Maybe what I'll do is deepen my connections with certain people, maybe some people that currently are in my life. So current relationships and then new relationships. I'm thinking in terms of business and personal relationships when I do this. So, and maybe I can define what deepen means. To me, that means more quality conversation, more thoughtful interaction, more generous, more caring, more kind interactions in general. So something like that. So even I can work on improving that goal. Okay, so once you have your 3 goals, goal 1, goal 2, and goal 3, you're gonna draw 3 lines coming out of each of those individual goals. So for goal number 1, I have 3 lines coming out of it, 3 arrows, if you will. Each of those 3 arrows is going to be a behavior that we are going to commit to doing, whether that's a daily or a weekly thing, so that we can move the needle forward towards that outcome goal. So this is where we get really, really tiny. And these behaviors are going to be things that are super easy to do. Almost like they are. So the way it was explained to me is these behaviors are going to feel doable even on your hardest day, even on the day where you feel blah, you feel your crappiest, you feel your most tired, you feel your most like, oh, I just don't want to, maybe you feel your lowest. Maybe these behaviors are going to be so simple and so doable that even on your hardest day, you do them. Even on your worst day, you feel like, okay, I can do that. Make them doable, make them achievable, make them something that you can do every day if you're designed to do it every day, or at least over the course of the week. 9 out of 10 times, you will exceed this. We're setting the bar super low because, for instance, for my meditate for 45 minutes a day, if I set that goal out right from the start, I know I'm going to fail. I'm not going to do it for 45 minutes every day for the next 12 weeks because I'm at 0 minutes a day right now. Doing 45 minutes a day is a huge change. And I might do it the first few days, but I'm certainly going to set myself up for failure. So, what feels doable for me right now? Honestly, 15 minutes of meditation feels doable for me right now, even on my hardest day, because I can sit for 15 minutes, close my eyes, and breathe. That's something I can do. So for the first month, that's my behavior goal. That feels doable, even on my worst day. I feel like I can do that. I might have to push myself, but I feel like I can do 15 minutes. Another one for me that is helpful behavior in making that meditation actually happen is turn my phone on airplane mode. And then my third behavior goal is to do it in the morning before I do anything else. So that actually feels a little too unrealistic. So something that I feel like I'll set that as now is, all right, before I get out of bed in the morning, I'll do 15 minutes of meditation. And if I have to pee, I'll pee first and then I'll get back into bed and do it. That feels doable. Okay. So it's the thing I do before I do anything else. Before I get coffee, before I brush my teeth, I'm just allowed to pee. And then I have to meditate for 15 minutes. But honestly, that feels doable because before I start doing my morning routine, this is a great way to be able to have that done. All right. So again, going through each of your goals, this is going to take you some time. It probably took me like a solid half hour to do this. Whoops. Again, for my goal 2 with getting new Warrior Evolution clients enrolled, I can do a daily weekday live on Instagram because turning on the camera, even if I'm live for 5 minutes, just checking in, saying hi to you guys, that's doable. No time limit, no planning involved. I can show up, no makeup. I can show up totally with my hair a mess. I could show up after a workout. I could show up sweaty. I could show up anywhere. It doesn't have to look a certain way. I don't have to do or be anything. And my goal is to just be consistent in the live, just be consistent in the showing up. This I feel can very much align with you if you're just starting out in moving your body, because you don't have to commit to that movement or that exercise looking a certain way. The warrior workouts are there for you. I want you to do them, of course. I want you to show up. I want you to challenge yourself. But if your first behavior goal in moving your body every single day is I do 5 minutes of movement, because that feels doable, cool. Remember what I said, 9 times out of 10, you're going to exceed this low bar, easily doable behavior goal. So just remember that, okay? Just remember that. You don't have to exceed it, but more times than not, you're going to do more. So I have my daily weekday live commitment with you guys. I have also committed to posting or recording either one YouTube video a week or one podcast a week, or hosting one like online workshop a week. So it's not all of them, it's one of them. So what feels doable there? Yes, I can definitely commit to recording a YouTube video every week. The seminar and being on somebody else's podcast is going to take a little bit more planning and a little bit more thought, but that is something I can at least do once a month. And then the last one here is creating a system that just runs on its own. So that's my third. And that is something I'm going to have to chip away at little by little, but doing one piece towards that every single day is doable. And then my last goal of deepening my connections and my relationships, my behavior goals, the things that I can definitely commit to, is reading one book a month. Yes, absolutely. Reach out to 3 people every week. So maybe that might feel a little bit ambitious. So I might change that to reach out to one person every single week, because that actually feels like, even on my hardest weeks, I can reach out to one person. And then my last behavior goal for number 3 is do one socially safe activity a week. That could be as basic as walking with my parents. That could be as basic as going to my sister and brother-in-law's house and having a dinner with them, or going to my cousin's house. So things that are socially safe to do right now. But the reason behind all of that is it does really help my mental health. It does really help me feel fulfilled. The meditation will lift, like a rising tide raises all boats kind of situation. It helps me stay calm. It helps me stay focused. It helps me like learn my intention. It helps me listen to my intuition. The warrior evolution client goal, even though it's a big one, that is going to allow me to hire an assistant to help me to create new and better content and more consistent content. So it's just something that's going to help bring me to the next thing that, you know, at the end of it is on my vision board, and it's huge and it's big, and I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, but this is my one milestone towards that. So now we have our 3 big outcome goals, right? Then under each of those outcome goals, we have 3 behavior goals that feel doable. So what we're going to do now is write the word monthly and leave some space underneath. Write the word weekly, leave some space underneath, and daily, leave some space underneath. I think you know where I'm going. This video is way longer than I intended it to be. You guys just get to luck out. Okay. Sorry for the ice chewing. All right, so this is what I have. I have my monthly, I have my weekly, and I have my daily. So with these behavior goals, now remember, we're not looking at our outcome goals anymore. They're set, and we just let them go. Fly away, fly free. We're going to look at our behavior goals, and we are going, because these are the things we have control over. So we are going to chunk these down even more so that they actually happen. What do we need to do so that we get up on time to do a workout before work, right? So I like to start here. I just kind of like go free flowing. So I don't like start with monthly or start with daily or start with weekly. I will look at each behavior goal. So the first thing is, okay, 15 minutes of meditation every morning. What do I need to do every day to make sure that happens? Well, I need to wake up at a certain time to give myself that 15 minutes. So that means I need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. So daily, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. That also means I'm going to have to go to bed at a certain time, or at least be in bed by a certain time. So bed by 9 p.m. That's another daily happening. I don't want to be looking through my phone to have a guided meditation to do. So I have that already set up. So I have a guided meditation already picked out that I can just click as soon as I wake up, or maybe after I pee. And I meditate for 15 minutes for the first month. My intention is to add 15 minutes every month. So that's month 2, I'm doing 30 minutes for that month, and month 3, I'm doing the 45 minutes. So that is those are my daily goals for that. Another example, so committing to doing a daily weekday live on Instagram, I need to make sure that happens. And having a time set will more than likely make that happen for me. Now, I'm going to write this daily goal down of I do a daily live at 7:30, but if I don't do it at 7:30, does that mean I can't do it at all? No. If I miss 7:30, does that mean I failed and I should stop because I suck? No. Does that mean I can do it at 4 p.m.? Yeah. So this is just a guide. Do you know what I mean? If I miss my morning meditation, does that mean that I have no other opportunity to try and do it later in the day? Am I going to give 100% of my effort to get it done? Yes. Does that mean that maybe sometimes I get into bed at night and that's when I do it? Yes. So this is flexible, but we're giving ourselves a plan. The plan is not rigid. The plan can move and change and flow. With our commitment there to have the behavior done, then we can start to move and flow with the course of life in the course of our day. And the fact that we're not going to do it perfect. And the fact that this day may happen once a month. I don't know. But I know that I'm committed to making it happen. And this is my first iteration of how I think that is best going to be accomplished. Other examples I wrote down on my daily list are reading 20 minutes every morning to hit my 1 book a month goal. Let's see. Under weekly, I'll get to that first one in a second. Under weekly, I have record a YouTube video every week. And then, so every week I'm going to finish a quarter of a book. Reach out to one person on FaceTime or call them to keep up with my deepening my connections and my relationships, and choose an activity for my social activity, socially safe activity a week. So these are just some examples. Under monthly, I have planned 4 weeks of video topics. Pick a podcast to apply to and plan the seminar that I'm going to host in the first month. So things like that. So after you complete, you feel like, all right, daily, covered all my behaviors, weekly, covered all my behaviors, monthly, covered all my behaviors that I'm committing to. Now we're going to add them to your calendar. So this is where you can grab your planner, or when you get it in the mail, then you can fill this out. So we're going to go to your monthly calendar right here. So pretty, so aligned, so neat. Nothing written on it yet. And you are going to write wherever there's space, like at the top here where there's no dates, or even on this section here where there's a notes, that's where you're going to write your monthly goals. Hold on one second. I lost my pen. Let me go get it. Oh. I'm coming. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Great. Okay. So that's where I'm going to write my monthly goals for January. And even I messed up already. So month 1 goals. And I'm going to write those here. So this is what I just wrote under the monthly list. Again, we wrote down our 3 outcome goals, but we're letting them go. That's what we're working towards, but we're going to focus on what we can control. So monthly, I have plan for YouTube videos or reach out to podcast host and or work on my seminar. Great. Okay. So I'm going to continue to write whatever monthly goals I have. So I have my 15-minute meditation per day in month 1, and going on and on like that. So another month goal would be like, I do 4 activities, socially safe activities throughout the month of January. So I'm going to write those month goals up here. And this is where you could break out your highlighters if you want. You could like highlight the month goals one color. I keep hearing sounds and it's freaking me out. All right, weekly, we're actually going to first write in our daily goals here. Actually, no. I'm lying. Let's do the weekly goals. So let's look at the week and you can see what you have going on that week and record one YouTube video. That's one of my weekly goals. So I am right now going to kind of arbitrarily pick a day that I think will work best for me to record that YouTube video. So Mondays, I have the least amount of things on my schedule. So that's what I'm going to write for every Monday for this month. YouTube video recording. And I'm going to write it in on every single Monday. Like that. So every single Monday, that's what I'm committed to doing. And I'm going to go through my weekly commitments and I'm going to write them all in on my monthly calendar. Now, the other thing that we're all going to do at the end of every week or before the beginning of the new week is a quick reflection, 5 minutes at the most, where you look back over the course of your week and you say, well, what is working and what's not working? What am I able to stick with? Where am I aligned with my behaviors? And where am I kind of having trouble? Where am I really struggling? And we're going to reassess if necessary. So you can either recommit and say, I'm going to give it a try as is, or you can reassess and say, that 15-minute meditation goal was too big. So I am going to bring that down to 5 minutes because it's more important to me to be consistent right now than it is for the time factor. So I'm going to choose my reflections to be on Sundays or Fridays. I feel like I want to do Friday, but Sunday could also be really great. I'm going to do them on Sundays. I'm going to do my personal reflections of my previous week on Sundays because that will help get me into momentum for that Monday. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to set that here. I'm going to write it. So let's do goal, reflection. Okay. And the last one. So I have 4 going on. And again, if Sundays just happen to not work for me, I can switch the day. It's all right. I might have to cross it out and write it on another day. But listen, again, it doesn't have to look perfect. So I have my reflection and literally 10 minutes. I look at what I was able to do, what I was not able to do, what's working, what's not working, and I do a quick assessment and I do a quick recommitment or, I alter my behavior goals, not the big goals. We don't touch the outcome goals. They are away, they're flying around. We let them go, right? They're flying free, like we set our loves free. What's meant to be will come back to us. So we don't touch those. We just focus on our behaviors. If we need to switch or change up the behaviors, that's what we're going to do. All right? So again, if your commitment to doing a warrior workout every single morning at 6 a.m. and you've only shown up for one, change the behavior goal. Say you're going to do 5 minutes of the workout. Say you're going to do some sort of movement, no matter what it is, okay? Change the behavior so that you can start having consistency. When you start having consistency, you start to gain this momentum of confidence, of belief, of pride that you are literally doing what you say you're going to do. You have integrity. That is energy, you guys. And we get little serotonin boosts every time we show up when we say we are. Use that as your fuel to build. I promise you, nothing is too small. promise you. We're almost done. If you're still here, amazing. All your dreams and goals are going to come true. Okay. So after you fill in all of your weekly stuff, then we're going to go to the dailies. Okay, so we're going to use the daily section for our daily goals. All right. So this is something that you could do every single Sunday or every single time you do your reflection. You could approach each day and write in each of your daily goals. So you could do it at the beginning of every week. You could do it the night before that day. So you could be like the last thing that you do to close out. This is how you get ready for the next day. And you literally write in your to-do for the following day. So you could do it all at once, or you could do it the night before. I personally like to do it the night before, because when I have a clear idea of what my day is looking like the next day, it actually helps me get up in the morning. Now, I'm very specific on not giving myself a mountain of things to do so that I feel overwhelmed. My day needs to have a feeling of I'm excited, even if it's the one thing I'm excited about. So it has to get me excited to get up in the morning. My morning routine is very important to me. I spoke about this on the live that I recorded today on Instagram. And that is enticing enough for me to get up at 5:30 in the morning. When I don't really have to be up at 5:30 in the morning, I could sleep till 8 if I wanted to, but I don't, because I want that time for me. And that's where I do my meditation. That's where I do my vision board, just like immersion. That's where I listen to my music. That's my me time. And I love it so much. So pick at least one thing that's going to excite you for that day. Even if that thing is just your mindset of what new perspective could I look at today with? I may be doing these things that I do every single day, but what perspective of adventure and excitement could I bring? What new level of energy or fun or silliness or connection or whatever word vibes with you could I bring to that same thing that I do every day? Maybe it's like as simple as, how can I make brushing my teeth more fun? And you put some music on and you're dancing and you're brushing and you're having a ball and you're having a party. And that is the thing that like you enjoy the most. It's 5 minutes of dancing. That sounds great. Just saying, I might do that tomorrow. All right, so you write your daily goals. So I will write my daily goals for tomorrow, for Tuesday. I'm freaking myself out. Okay. All right. So I have my 5:30 wake up, and yes, I'm writing it. Wake up. I have my, I know I'm going to pick out a guided meditation. So I'm going to take care of that tonight. I am going to do my 15 minutes of meditation. Another great thing that I do is I write the time next to the activity, and that does keep me on task. Sometimes I don't abide by it, but remember, I'm working on getting better at that. So it helps more than it hurts. All right, so then I have 6 a.m. That from that time till 8, I'm going to do my morning routine. At 8 a.m., I have a client. At 9:30, I do the live. At 10, I have a client. At 11, I'm going to probably have a break. I might eat. At 12, I have a client. At 1, now I'm going to go into some of my other goals. So I'm going to work on, I'm going to work on this project under my goals. And what else? I am going to reach out. So like now I can start to say, I'm going to reach out to different podcast people. I'm going to write a list of the people that I'm going to deepen my connections for. I'm going to do some Googling on something social and fun to do this week. I am going to do one step in creating my workshop for this month. So that's where I can really start to chunk down here. I can write my workouts in here. I can write my food breaks in here to remind myself to eat every 3 to 4 hours. That's really nice to write in. I usually take a walk sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. Depending on the weather. So I probably will want a break at that point. So I'm going to write 2 p.m. walk. And that re-energizes me for the rest of my afternoon. So I don't have that afternoon slump. And like that, I want to have dinner by 7 p.m. and I gotta be in bed by 9 because otherwise I will not get up for that 5:30 alarm. And I'm going to set my, I'm going to choose my meditation, my guided meditation that I'll listen to the following morning. And that is my plan. I do my best effort to stick to it. And even more important than that, each individual thing I want to bring more intention, more presence, and more focus into each of those things because ideally one thing will link to the next, will link to the next, will link to the next, will help continue to energize me, will help continue to refresh me, will help continue to move the needle more and more towards my overall vision, the thing that excites the crap out of me when I scroll through my vision board and I see those pictures and I hear that song and I just can't help but get excited about what I am working towards. And I know each behavior that I am doing is working towards that. And that is how you start to build a life of intention, a life of working towards something with purpose. And that is the end of this goal setting session. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really hope that this was helpful in setting your next 12 weeks, so the 12-week year, your goals for the next 3 months. I am excited to see your goals. I'm excited to see your behaviors. I'm excited to see the new habits that you're going to be working on to creating this and bringing this into reality. And remember, we just let those big goals go. We're constantly committed to them. We're constantly reassessing to see and check in if that's still something that we want, that's still real for us, that's still something that is something we want to put our time and effort towards. And if it is, well, let's just figure out a better way to do it. Let's figure out a better way to have us show up for that behavior that's going to take us a little bit closer to that every single day. So I hope, again, that was helpful. Please share in our group chat all of your post-workout selfies. Share your goals. Share this. The more you declare it, the more you talk about it, the more you can have people hold you accountable, the more you will be surprised at how you feel accountable to your own word, to your own goals. And it's powerful stuff. So this is just the beginning. I'm excited to embark on this, and I will see you in the workout tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.